All right, what's up, everybody? I am excited today because ForeFlight has released a new emergency glide mode. I'm really excited to try it out, see how I'm going to incorporate it into my own flying and my own decision making. Come along for the ride. I'll take you through here just my raw reactions as I try it out. All right, I've got ForeFlight here on my phone. That's how I typically fly in real life. And I'm set up here on Flight Simulator. We'll start pulling up the tool and seeing how it works. If you have your glide ring, your glide advisor set up in ForeFlight, then down here on the bottom right of the screen is going to be your how to go into this emergency glide mode. So you tap on that, and it looks like it pops up with if there's an airport within your glide ring, it'll automatically be pointing to that. Gives you some information here about how high above the ground you'd be when you got over the field. That's pretty cool. Tells you your runway, gives you a glance at the weather, tells you all the airports there that are within your glide ring and how high above the ground you'd be if you're at your perfect glide right when you get over the field. That's cool. I like that. That's really good knowledge because if you always practice that, an engine failure, try to end up on the downwind at 1,000 feet above the ground, then that makes it just a normal routine procedure. A power off 180, land onto the airfield. So I really like that feature. We're about to get outside of glide distance of one of these fields. This is where ForeFlight has run some algorithms and processing on some various map data, satellite data, to show potential landing fields that are open. And then the other thing it's showing on here are major roads and power lines. So that's good. If you see some open fields, but there's a big power line going through it, probably don't want to go to that one. Let's say my engine quit right now and I needed to land somewhere. If I'm in VFR conditions, then it's just a matter of this can inform me where to look, right? Then I can just look outside the cockpit, find a field. I think this is really handy because very often I see students only look out to their left when their engine quits. And they might have some really great fields over here on the right side, but they never look. I am noticing though, as soon as I get within glide distance of an airfield, that goes away. My gut reaction to this is, okay, I see what they're trying to do here, but I'm only going to arrive over this field at 370 feet. I would have to have a perfect approach to be able to make that work. I don't see an obvious way to get the map layer to come back up where it shows me the potential areas. So I'm guessing unless I turn to the side and I no longer put that runway within gliding distance, I think that's probably my only way to get those fields back open. Ahead of me, it looks like there's a lot of potential landing areas. And if I look outside here, yeah, looks pretty accurate. Another note here is it doesn't show water. And that would be something to keep in mind too, because if let's say you're in IFR or even nighttime, your best chance may be going to a body of water. Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my GlideScope layer. It's now just color coded with green is potentially open, red is covered, like trees or buildings, and yellow is going to be marginal, like maybe it's shrubs. What I like about flying with this layer on continuously is that at any time I can just take a glance to know where my options are. It's always on the front of my mind of, hey, right now, if something happened, where do I go? I think that's the other part of the emergency glide thing. I like seeing the potential fields. I like seeing airfields within range. It would be nice to be able to see the water too. So I have a better full picture of all of my options. All right, so that's my first take, raw reactions using it for the first time here on Flight Simulator. I like that it shows you airports within gliding distance, makes it really clear. I really like that it estimates your height above the airport when you actually get to it. I like that if there are no airports around you that you can see these potential open landing areas, and that it is very easily visible. A few things that isn't going to quite fill all of my needs in the cockpit is the fact that I can only see the potential other landing options if I'm not in a gliding distance of a field. That's kind of a big one for me because I want to know my options. And then another little one is I think it'd be nice if they also called out bodies of water for potential landing areas because it's something to think about. For me, that's why I'm going to continue having the GlideScope layer on as I fly. That's just going to be kind of my normal background. If I have a field within distance that I would like to go to, then I'll activate the glide mode and definitely use that to get me to that field and quick view of the weather. It's going to be a handy tool. So that's my thoughts on it, and that's how I'm going to incorporate it into my workflow. At the end of the day, all that matters is give yourself any tools, any resources you can to stack the odds in your favor. Everybody get out there, go fly, go practice with it, see how it fits into your workflow. You don't want the first time you use this to be the time you actually have an engine failure. Thanks, everyone.